Good evening. A cancer charity has been criticised by a woman undergoing chemotherapy after they called and asked for money in her will. Diane Elliott from Bardney near Lincoln wants to know how Cancer Research UK got her details. The charity says it was not aware of Diane's cancer and has apologised. Kate Sweeting has this report.
Cold calling has become common practice amongst many charities looking to raise funds by phoning potential donors. But when cancer patient Diane Elliott received an unsolicited call last week from the charity Cancer Research UK, she was horrified by what she heard.
She said, well, it's Cancer Research UK. Can we talk to you, or have you got a little bit of time to talk to us about your will? I said to her, look, I'm sorry. I said, my will's got nothing to do with you. I said, my son is a lawyer and he will sort out my will.
You have been called by Cancer Research UK.
Diane says the charity wanted her to leave it a legacy in her will. She's convinced she was deliberately targeted as a cancer patient.
I think there might be a leak somewhere along the line to, cancer patient leak. It upset me terribly.
We're used to giving to charity via shops like these or at fundraising events, but it's when charities approach people uninvited in their own home by phone that some people feel they're going too far.
I think it's wrong because people feel obliged, they feel under pressure to help, whether they've got the money or not.
I think it's a little bit frustrating. It bothers me less if a charity called, although I would always have my doubts as to whether it was genuine these days, sadly.
I think charities, even charities on the streets, begging without permission, I think is wrong. I think they create a bad impression in towns and cities and should be stopped.
I don't think there should be a ban on charities calling supporters. Lots of people like hearing from charities and they do give through telephone calls. So I think the key thing is making sure that the people that are happy can get those calls, but people that don't want to receive those calls get a complete right to say no.
In a statement, Cancer Research UK said, "We are sorry that Diane Elliott received a fundraising call from us while undergoing treatment herself for cancer and apologise for any distress caused. We were not aware of her diagnosis and would never want anyone to feel pressured in any way to support us." Diane is hoping cancer will soon be in her past, but she says this experience with a charity which claims to help people in her position has made her ordeal even worse. Kate Sweeting, BBC Look North in Bardney near Lincoln.
Well, David Hickson is from a group which campaigns to stop nuisance calls. Earlier I asked him what he thought of the phone call made to Diane.
Obviously this case is very distressing, but it highlights a point that the telephone should no longer be used as a means of contacting people in an unsolicited marketing effort in the home or on their personal mobile.
But this is how the big brand charities make their money and get their money. Are you saying that it should be stopped full stop?
We are quite clear. We no longer believe that the telephone is an appropriate tool under any circumstances to approach people for what is termed direct marketing. That includes selling, it also includes charities seeking donations and indeed political parties canvassing.
And
no
yet
longer
you
can
say
it be done.
that, but it's going on all the time. All those people you've just listed there. How do we get it to stop?
Eventually the government will be able to change the general regulation that derives from an EU directive once Brexit is complete, but in the meantime regulators covering areas such as claims management, that's PPI and accident claims, financial services, and also the charities that now have their own fundraising regulator, they could take action to say approach people in other ways but not with direct voice telephone calls that they have to answer.
Let me get this clear then. So a call to somebody asking for money when they die in their will is not acceptable. Is a letter asking them the same okay?
I think letters and consent are an area that we need to talk about, likewise emails and even text messages perhaps. But we, on the issue of a direct telephone call, which invariably demands somebody's immediate attention, that's the unique thing about a telephone call. In that case, we say no.
In this case, though, the charity says it's probably just a pure coincidence, random numbers, and it's just dialed up.
Well, they shouldn't be. As far as we're concerned, they're probably within the law in what they did, but as far as we're concerned, direct marketing by telephone to people's homes or personal mobiles should now cease.
Very, very interesting one to talk about. Mr. Hickson, thank you for your time.